Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm starting a very fun reading vlog that I've been thinking about doing for a little bit now. And I'm finally gonna do it. So I just think it's gonna be so fun. So I'm gonna be doing a 24-hour readathon today, but it kind of has a theme to it. And that theme is gonna be supernatural romance because I think that is like a subgenre of romance that I could really enjoy, but I haven't read enough in said subgenre to like actually know that. But I just love The Ex-Hex by Erin Sterling so much, which is a romance book, but it's between like witches. And I think that like small fantastical element added in there is why I love the book so much. So I thought I could explore the genre a little bit more, and I thought we could make a 24-hour reading vlog out of it because it sounds fun. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. I do have quite the TBR here. Not all of the books in my TBR are like specifically romance books, but the general theme here is just like spooky romance. So whatever fits in there is good by me. So we're going to talk about my ambitious TBR and then we'll get into it. So first up, I'm actually going to be finishing Kingdom of the Wicked. I'm currently on page like 200 exactly. And I need to have this finished for me and Cass's live show, which is literally tomorrow morning for our book club. But it's been a rough week, let me tell you. So I just decided to add this into the readathon. So this really shouldn't take me all that long to finish. And I always like to start a readathon with a book that I'm like halfway through, so you know, like I get that satisfaction of finishing a book earlier in the readathon. You know, is it cheating? No, because I make the rules. So I'm gonna be finishing up Kingdom of the Wicked, which I'm very excited about. I have The Kiss Curse by Erin Sterling, which is like a companion novel to The Ex-Hex, so I think I'm gonna love this. It's really short, I think it's like 300 pages, so it shouldn't take me any time at all to read, and I'm just so excited. This focuses on the main character of The Ex-Hex, his cousin, and I think the love interest is also like the love interest of the Ex-Hex, like his brother. We'll see how that goes. I'm just so excited about this one. This came out a couple days ago and I've been itching to get to it, so really excited about this one. Then also I have Go Hex Yourself by Jessica Clare. This is another book about a romance between two witches, and I think this one's just gonna be really fun. I honestly don't know too much about the plot of this one. I saw this cover and I was like, yeah, okay. The last like proper book that I have is Angelica Frankenstein Makes Her Match by Sally Thorne. This is like a romance where our main character Angelica, I think, like literally makes her match. Like this is like the Frankenstein's monster kind of character, and she's like Frankenstein, obviously. So I loved Frankenstein, so I'm interested to see how like a contemporary romance retelling of that goes. It's just very intriguing, you know? So I think this one's also just gonna be really fun. And then I also have a couple of graphic novels. Honestly, I feel like it is essential to get some graphic novels going in a readathon because they're really nice to break up like the traditional reading. So first up, I have the third volume of Creepy Cat. This one doesn't like necessarily have a romance in it, but there is like this dude who's kind of pining after our main character. I don't remember what her name is though. Flora. Yes, there they are. No, I don't think either of them are supernatural actually, now that I think about it, but the cats are creepy, so there's the supernatural element. Yes. And then if I want yet another graphic novel, I have Mooncakes that I could read on my iPad, just because this one's been on my radar for a really long time and my hold for it from the library came in yesterday. So I was like, yeah, we can add that in there. So I think this one is like a something maybe between a witch and a werewolf. I don't know. I guess we'll find out, honestly. It just looks really cute. I like the, ooh, look at that. Wow, fall. And then I actually have another option. I know this is like incredibly ambitious, especially considering I don't think I'm that fast of a reader, but I like to have some options, you know? So like 3 months ago, I bought this ebook because it was like 99 cents. And I was like, yeah. And it is a Stalking Jack the Ripper novella, which is like the series by Carrie Maniscalco, which I really enjoy. And it is Becoming the Dark Prince, which like focuses on Thomas, I think. I think it's like really short. How long is it? This novella is like 60 pages. And honestly, I'm kind of just throwing it in here because I keep forgetting that I own it. And I need to read it because like I don't want to waste 99 cents, you know what I'm saying? So those are the options. So it is currently Friday, September 23rd. It is a lovely rainy day outside, so it's literally perfect reading ambiance, and I really hope it stays raining. I think it's supposed to, which I'm so excited about. I think I'm gonna start the 24 hours at like 2 or 3 maybe, because I have class in a little bit, but like right after class is when I'm gonna start it. So that's very exciting. Also on my way back from class, I think I'm gonna stop at the grocery store and pick up some Halloween cookies that we can make later. So I thought that would also be really fun. We're just gonna get into it and let's go. Goods are secured. I went to the grocery store and I picked up both kinds because why not? I think the ghosts are my favorites, but the pumpkins are, you know, fun, seasonal, all that good stuff. Okay, so it's like 2:12 right now, so I need to eat lunch and I need to just like chill for a few minutes, and then I think at 3 I'm gonna start the readathon. So yes, very excited. I have plans for these later, which I will show you then. But for now, I'm gonna go eat lunch, and then at 3, I'm gonna start reading Kingdom of the Wicked and hopefully finish it in a timely manner. We'll see, I don't know. I'll keep you updated. Okay, so since this is my second read through of this book, I definitely am like noticing more things, and I knew Amelia was like kind of stupid my first time through. So there's this thing that just happened that is like 100% her fault because she didn't understand a spell that she was doing, and she has the audacity to get mad at Wrath for this when it like she's the reason it happened. I don't dislike Amelia, but she is really stupid sometimes. Hello everybody, it is a little bit later. It's 4:38 and I am like 25 pages away from being finished with Kingdom of the Wicked. So I was thinking I could kind of listen to those last 25 pages while I make some cookies, because I want some cookies. So let me show you what I got. So I showed you earlier, we have these. I don't know, I don't know which of these I'm gonna use yet, but these like on their own are really fun, but they don't taste that great, honestly. Like they don't taste bad, but they don't really have much of a taste, in my opinion. But I saw somebody do this thing where they like take, you know, these and put them on like normal cookie dough. So I decided I wanted to try doing that. So I found this pumpkin cookie dough. I also kind of want to try just a little bit of this raw dough because this has like cream cheese flavored chunks in it. And that sounds scrumptious. So I thought we could get yet another taste test going on. Though these are actually safe to eat raw, which honestly like takes some of the fun out of it. But here we go. This looks gross, but that is so good. So I'm gonna listen to the last part of my audiobook while I make these cookies, and I will let you guys know how they taste in a little bit. Just finished up Kingdom of the Wicked, but I have more pressing things to talk about right now because I did make my cookies. Here they are. They look so sad, but I am excited to try it because the raw pumpkin cookie dough was so good that I'm interested to see how they taste baked. It's very crunchy, but also not bad. I think I give them like a 7. Like, they're good enough that I will continue to eat them. So like I said, I did finish up Kingdom of the Wicked. It is now 5:24, so we're about 3 hours into the readathon. And we're one book down. So that is exciting, motivating, all that good stuff. This book was a reread, so I feel like I don't have much new to say about it. I just really enjoy this story. It's a lot of fun. I love the dynamic between Wrath and Amelia and everything that like goes down. They really give me like Cardan and Jude vibes, honestly, just in the way they're like reluctant allies, always quipping at each other, always backstabbing each other, and I love that kind of dynamic. So now we need to get started on one of these. I'm thinking I'm gonna start with Angelica Frankenstein Makes Her Match, just because I am like the most interested in this one. The concept is just very, like I said earlier, intriguing. So I'm excited to see what that's about. I'm gonna eat my cookies and read. It is a little bit later. I went out and got a Diet Coke. It's like 8:30 now. So I have an update for you on Angelica Frankenstein Makes Her Match, and that is, I'm enjoying it so much. So I'm on page 125, which is chapter 11, and it's so, like, it's kind of weird. It's kind of quirky, but in like a good way. It's about as weird as you would expect a contemporary romance retelling of Frankenstein to be. Yeah, let me kind of tell you the setup for this book. So it takes place in 1814, I think, of England. So you're kind of getting that like Regency vibe from it, which I love. And you're following our main character, Angelica Frankenstein, who is 24 years old, and she is single, unwed, no children, all that stuff. So she is a spinster basically, and she's over it. So her and her brother Victor Frankenstein, you know, like from Frankenstein, decide one night that they're gonna go grab some bodies from the morgue and they're going to reanimate them. And they do that. And I think it's just really funny because you have like the whole main plot of this book going on where like she's making this dream man and like he comes to life, which I'll explain in a second. But it's like the actual book Frankenstein is kind of just like happening in the background. And I think it's really funny because like every now and then she's just like, oh yeah, Victor went to, you know, like Munich the other night to go chase down the monster. And I was like, oh. And then Victor also is about to get married to Lizzie, who is obviously Elizabeth. That's a really fun aspect to it. And while I don't think you have to have read Frankenstein to like read this one, I feel like you'll still enjoy this if you haven't read Frankenstein. But I feel like having the entire like story of Frankenstein definitely just like makes it a little more fun, you know. But like anybody could read this, obviously. You're following Angelica and she makes this man. She doesn't know his name, he doesn't know his name, nobody knows his name. He has like 0 memories of his previous life, so they're calling him Will for now. She obviously made him so they could like get married so she could stop being considered a spinster, but he's like, I don't know enough about my old life to commit to you like that, you know, because like what if before he died he had like a wife, maybe he had children, I don't know, many complicating factors, but he wants to figure that out before he's like, yeah, let's do it, you know. So that's kind of what's holding him back from making it like officially official. But they've had a couple of moments. There was a little makeout session in a carriage. That's just so fun. I'm having a really good time with it right now. And I definitely think I'm gonna be able to finish this tonight. It reads so quickly, which I love it. I'm really excited to see how everything wraps up. I'm very interested to see how these two are gonna end up together, because like obviously they're gonna end up together. So I wanna know what was going on in his past life that won't affect this potential relationship. So I'm excited to see that. I think I'm going to listen to the audiobook for this a little bit while I do a little bit of updating in my bullet journal, because I've been slacking basically. So I need to like make a new page for like all of the book covers and whatnot, and I think maybe that's it. Let's do that. everybody, it is like 11:30 now and I am almost finished with Angelica Frankenstein Makes Her Match. I'm like 40 pages away from the end and it did get like a little less interesting, but I'm still thinking about giving like a 4 stars because I really have enjoyed the story, like the dynamic of the romance. It's just been really fun. I'm very interested to see how the story is gonna end. A couple of things have been revealed and it's all just very interesting. So I'm really excited to read the last 40 pages of this. And then earlier I also made my bullet journal spread, which isn't even completely done yet, but I kind of like how it's looking. I ripped some pages out of a blackout journal so I could like do this because these stickers, where are they? They have like this black background to them, so I wanted to like stick them somewhere so that you couldn't see the black background. So like I said, it's like 11:30. I'm not like super tired, but I am like a little bit tired. So we'll see how that goes. I do hope to stay up later than normal so I can do some reading. I think after I finish this, I'm going to read one of my graphic novels. I don't know which one though, but before I read these last 40 pages, I'm going to go wash my face, change into my pajamas so I can like fully enjoy these last 40 pages. You know, like right now I feel like I'm not ready to relax, but after the makeup comes off, then we'll be ready to relax. So I'm gonna go finish these last 40 pages and I will update you guys then. Okay, so it is currently 12:47 and I just finished this book and I really enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna end up giving it a 4 out of 5 stars. But the epilogue was really cute and we got like a little cameo by Mary Shelley herself, which I thought was really funny. But overall, this book was just a lot of fun. So I definitely recommend it if you're into like kind of weird romance almost. It's just like a little bit strange, but in a good way. So now I think I'm going to start and hopefully finish Mooncakes. I think I should be able to. It's just a graphic novel, and then hopefully I will still have energy left by the time I finish this and I can start reading The Kiss Curse, I think. So those are kind of the tentative plans. We'll see how it goes. I might be able to stay up that late. Like I don't feel super tired still, but we'll just have to see. Everybody, it is Saturday morning right now. It's almost 10, so me and Cass are actually about to have our live show for our book club. So I'm thinking I might subtract, or no, I'm gonna add an hour to the readathon because I am, you know, doing the live show. So I think instead of ending it at 2:30 today, I'm gonna end it at 3:30 just because I want to. But I do have reading updates for you. So last night I finished Mooncakes, which is just really cute. Would definitely recommend. It's, you know, there's not much to it, but I like the art style, I like the story, and it was just really cute. So I feel like that's all I have to say about it. It was pretty short, but it was a good pick. And then this morning I woke up at like 7:30-ish and I started reading The Kiss Curse, and I am 132 pages into it, so like almost halfway, and I'm enjoying it, but not as much as I was enjoying the XX probably. I don't love the romance. Like individually they're fine, but I don't care too much about it, honestly. But overall, I still enjoy the book because it's set in Graves Glen again, which is like peak setting. It sounds gorgeous, frankly, and I feel like I say this every time, but I want to visit. And so far we've actually seen like a decent amount of Reese and Vivi, who are like the main characters from the XX, and I love them, so I'm glad to see them again. But I don't like, I don't know, but it is kind of fun because our two main characters both run Halloween witchy shops right across the street from each other, so there was a little bit of a rivalry, but there isn't anymore. Like, it kind of stopped, and that was kind of upsetting. I wanted it to just like spiral into something just absolutely ridiculous, but they called a truce, which is unfortunate. But there's the Kiss Curse. It's just, you know, a fun time. Again, love the atmosphere, love the witchy elements to it. And I'm definitely gonna be able to finish this today, and I'll have time to start something else, but I haven't decided what I want to start yet, but I will figure that out when I get there. So I'm going to hop on this live real fast, and then afterwards I'm gonna finish this up. So yeah, that's my update for this morning. Hello everybody, it is now 1:30, so I have about 2 hours left of the readathon, but I finished the Kiss Curse, and I think I'm gonna give it a 4 stars. I didn't like it as much as the XX, but there were definitely aspects that I still enjoyed. The relationship got better like throughout the book, and I liked some of the tropes that were like being introduced. But as a whole, I feel like this book and the XX could both benefit from being like 50 or 60 pages longer. I just feel like towards the end of both of them, really, a lot of things happen really quickly, which I don't necessarily mind, but I do think it could be like, it just could be longer, you know, but still really good. I think 3.5 for like the relationship and the ambiance, and then my extra half star for the talking cat, Mr. Percival. He is seriously my favorite part of these books. I love him so much, and he calls Reese a dickbag, which I think is really funny. And he called the main character in this book, Wells, not dickbag, which I also think is very funny. So I really liked Gwen as our main character. She's a little bit more like brash and loud than Vivi was, but overall it was just a really good time. And these books are so fun. Like, I've said this already so many times, but I need like a spooky romantic comedy adaptation of these books. I think they would be just so perfect. The pacing of these books and how quickly it develops does definitely scream rom-com. Like, it's not super well fleshed out, but at the same time it's just really fun and it's a really fast read, and I'm so glad that I finally got to reading this one. Right now, I'm going to say it with me now, kids. Go get a Diet Coke from McDonald's, and then I'm gonna come back, and I'm not 100% sure what I'm gonna pick up next. I could read some of Go Hex Yourself, even though I won't finish it, or I could read the Stalking Jack the Ripper novella. I'm not sure yet, though. I guess we'll find out later. Oh no. Okay. Yikes. It is the next day, and I'm here to wrap up the vlog for you guys. So I had such a good time doing this 24-hour readathon. It was seriously so fun. I'd been having a very subpar week, but just spending a whole 24 hours reading books that just bring me so much joy was amazing, and everything I needed. So happy I decided to do this. So the last book that you guys saw me reading was Becoming the Dark Prince by Carrie Maniscalco. I'm not gonna read this one just because it's a novella. It's like very short, but I still really enjoyed it. It's from Thomas's perspective in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, and it kind of takes place at the end of the 3rd book and then kind of in between the 3rd and the 4th book, which I was a little skeptical going into it because I don't love the 3rd book in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series. This novella being from Thomas's perspective, I really enjoyed. It did take me a second to like get into it because of the fact that it was like taking place at the end of the third book. But once you kind of got into that in-between period between the third and the fourth book, then I really started to enjoy it. Normally when there's like a section of a series that is from the main male love interest POV, I'm not into it. I don't know, I don't like being in the mind of a man like that. But Thomas, I will make an exception for him because he is the standard. Like, Thomas Cresswell really is the standard. He basically just spent the entire novella talking about how much he loves and adores Audrey Rose and how much he wants to marry her, and I was like, wow. Honestly, just wow. So I really enjoyed that. It was just so cute. I also thought I could read you one of my favorite lines just because it cracked me up. So they were sitting in a sitting room, as one does. And he said she, being Audrey Rose, was consumed by some scientific journal on engineering, and I was thoroughly enjoying the first in a new romance by one of my favorite authors. Which I just think is so funny. I love both him and Audrey Rose for just like, you know, testing the limits of societal standards for both men and women. Because, you know, Audrey Rose is a woman in the 1800s who works in a mortuary, and a lot of people think that's like incredibly weird. And Thomas is out here reading romance books and literally not caring. And I love them both for that. So that made me laugh. it was a really good time. Really enjoyed Capturing the Dark Prince. Is that what it's called? No. What is it called? Becoming the Dark Prince. There we go. So yes, that's my thoughts on that. Now let's go through the other books that I managed to finish during this readathon, because I managed to finish 5 books, which I'm very excited about. I think I read like 890 pages maybe, which I'm also very excited about, so not too shabby. So first of all, we have yet another Carrie Maniscalco book, and that is Kingdom of the Wicked. Me and Cass had our live show for this yesterday morning, and it was fun, but it literally just turned into like us hating on Amelia 24/7, which I just think is really funny, because I love this book and I love this series, and it's good, it's a fun time, but Amelia is so stupid sometimes, and she's really annoying, which I just don't understand, because, you know, Stalking Jack the Ripper is also written by Carrie Maniscalco, and Audrey Rose is such like a smart, put together, you know, I love her, she's a great main character, but Amelia, I have issues with Amelia. I don't like hate her, but I wouldn't say she's a great protagonist. But aside from that, I still really enjoyed my reread of this. There's Kingdom of the Wicked, and then also I have my 2 little romance picks here. I have The Kiss Curse, which I gave 4 stars, and Angelica Frankenstein Makes Her Match, which, why is this book title so long? Which I also gave 4 stars. I really enjoyed both of these, but I think I enjoyed Angelica Frankenstein just a little bit more, just because it's so like bizarre and weird, you know, like kind of kooky, but in like a fun way. And I just really enjoyed my time reading it. I felt like it really flew by. I was very sucked into the story, and if you want just like some strange but fun contemporary romance, but with like the monster vibes, I'd recommend you guys pick this book up. So I'm really glad that I was able to read this one. It was good. And then we also have The Kiss Curse. I feel like I sounded kind of disappointed when I was talking about it yesterday, but I did really enjoy this book, but I just had really high expectations going into it because I loved the XX so much, and it did not live up to how much I enjoyed the XX, but it's still really good, and I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I love Sir Percival. The talking cat is like one of my favorite aspects of this. I just really like things with talking cats, because I also love Salem in Sabrina the Teenage Witch. And then lastly, I also finished Mooncakes, which is a little graphic novel. I don't think I ever told you guys what this graphic novel was about, so quickly I will do that. So you're following our main character. I've already forgotten her name, oh my god, I'm the worst. Who is a witch who lives with her 2 grandmothers, I think. And anytime I see like a witch with 2 female parental authority figures, I automatically think of the aunts from Sabrina the Teenage Witch. But you're following our witch. I don't remember what her name is, I'm so sorry. But she has this friend from her childhood, and they are a werewolf, and their name is Tam, I believe. And they come back to town and they kind of reunite. They have like a little romance thing going on. It's really cute. I think there's like this other witch that's doing some shady stuff, and I read this like 1 in the morning, and it was so short, so I don't remember much of what goes down, but the art style is stunning. The story was just really cute, and if you want a fast read that's like good for spooky season, I would definitely recommend Mooncakes. So yeah, that is my wrap up on everything I've read. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this vlog because I had such a good time doing it. And yeah, if any of these books maybe, you know, piqued your interest, do let me know down below, or let me know if you have any other supernatural-ish romance recommendations, because I'm always on the lookout for more. And yes, I am going to let you guys go, and I will see you in my next video.